Hey guys, it's Jessie here with another video for you. It is Saturday. I am dressed to go out. I need to do some shoppings. Yesterday I had a very nice outing with my colleagues because we had the summer party, so we had a lot of fun, but I didn't make it too late home because after dancing a lot and drinking a little bit, I got tired and I said, you know what, I better drag my ass back home and just rest because this weekend I have a lot of things to do. But before I go out today, I just wanted to talk to you about something that happened, and I would like to share it with you because obviously this is my sharing spot, is the place where I share my stories, my reviews, my vlogs with you. So today what I want to share with you is something very surprising that happened. I didn't expect it to happen that way, but it did. So here it is. Last week, I got a call from a very good friend of mine, one of my best friends. And of course, we always call each other. And during the call, he mentioned something that really surprised me. And here's what happened. Around 2016, I think it was July 2016, I decided for the very first time that I wanted to stop dyeing my hair, and I just wanted to let it grow naturally and just assume my gray streaks. As you can see, my hair is getting gray. There's no turning back. The only way to hide the gray is to actually dye my hair like I've done for so many years. So back in 2016, when I actually, for the very first time, I decided to stop dyeing my hair because I was done with it. I was so tired about it. I went to my favorite hairdresser and I told him that I wanted to transition into my natural hair. To what he reacted very negatively. He said that I was going to look bad, I was going to look old. No man would ever date me because of my gray hair, and I would actually have a very hard time. And obviously, when you are making such a decision, you really need to be very strong to know exactly what you want. Because if you're not ready for it, any type of negative comment will make you back off, from that idea. And I guess, well, no, I don't guess. I'm pretty sure that I wasn't ready for my decision. It was a thought that, um, for me, it was a thought that was positive, but I didn't expect such reaction. So, since I was not ready for it, after hearing those comments, I just decided that, yeah, maybe he's right. Maybe I shouldn't do that. So I asked him, okay, go ahead and put some color in it. And for the next 1.5 years, I kept dyeing my hair. But again, at a certain point, I just told myself, I said, you know what? Why are you doing this? First of all, I had this commitment to go every single month to the hairdresser, to spend loads of money to dye my hair. And after I got tired of that, I decided to do it myself. So I bought the dye in a drugstore and I read the instructions and I started dyeing my hair at home. The difference is that when you go to the hairdresser, they are professionals. So the way they make it, or maybe the product they use, it lasts longer. Well, longer like a month, because after 30 days, I could see the streaks, the silver streaks coming through, and it just like bothered me. So I had to go back and dye it again. But by doing it at home, it lasts even less. So I would dye my hair at home, and after a week, I could see the silver streaks coming through. So every week, every other week, I was dyeing my hair at home. And it was really becoming such a burden. I couldn't take it any longer. So I did this for another year and a half after my very first decision to go gray. So it wasn't until the beginning of January 2018, last year, that I was really done with it. And I said, you know what, JC? This is it. You're not going to dye your hair anymore because you're not dyeing it because you want a different color. You're dyeing it to hide something that you can't avoid. It is one thing for you to dye your hair different colors because you like the color and it's fun. And I did that for years and years. But the moment you start dyeing your hair because you were trying to hide something, that's when you realize you're doing something wrong. And a year and a half after my first decision to go gray, I decided again. I said, you know what? I am no longer doing this. I am stopping right now. I'm not gonna dye my hair because I don't want to dye my hair. I want to embrace my gray streaks and I am gonna do it for me. And at that moment, I said, okay, I need a new haircut to start the transition. But thinking back about what happened with my former hairdresser, I thought, I'm not going back to him because he's going to say the same thing to me. Even though I feel stronger now, I just don't want to deal with it. So I decided to look for another hairdresser. And fortunately, I found someone who understood me. And he became my new hairdresser. And he was very positive. He said, is that what you want, JC? Then I'm going to help you through it. So he gave me my first haircut for the beginning of the transition. And that was around April, I think it was around March or April 2018. And since then, I embarked in this journey, and I found so many beautiful women out there who were doing the same. And by watching their videos and their inspirational stories, I became stronger and stronger every single day. And I had to face some negative comments from close friends who were not very happy with my decision. But fortunately, they were good friend enough to just respect my decision. And so I continued my journey. And it's been now almost a year and a half since I began my transition. And despite getting sometimes some strange looks of people on the street, I kept going strong because I knew I was doing it for me. I was not doing it for anybody else, but for me. And last week, when this very good friend of mine called me to say that he managed to talk to my former hairdresser who actually moved to another country. I think he was tired of Amsterdam, so he decided to move to Spain. So I haven't seen him also for I don't know, maybe, almost 2 years. Yeah, it's been a long time. No, I think less than that. But since he moved to Spain, we kept contact, but we were not sending messages to each other. We would see each other on Facebook. I would just like his pictures, and he would kind of like my pictures, but he was not actually being honest. And so last week when he actually spoke to my best friend, the first thing he said to my friend was, what is JC doing? Tell her she looks hideous. Tell her to go dye that hair because she looks horrible. And my best friend was a little bit taken aback because, first of all, they were having a conversation, but they were not talking about them, but he was busy talking about me. And my best friend got very uncomfortable. So after so of course my best friend told him, I said, why are you saying this about her? I mean, this is what she wants. Just let her do it. But he kept going on and on. But you cannot let her do this because this is horrible. Anyway, long story short, they ended the conversation, and my friend called me and said, you are not going to believe. But that person, because I don't have to cite names, but that person was the whole time during the call talking about how bad you looked. And I felt very bad for you. So at that moment, I realized how strong I have become against this kind of comments. Because no matter what you do, you will never be able to please everybody. And that is not even the point, because you should not be doing anything because you want to please somebody. You should do things to please yourself, because if you are happy, then you're happy. It doesn't matter what anybody says. And my battery is blinking. I hope it lets me finish this video. But you know what? I didn't know if I was angry, if I was upset, if I was happy to realize that I've become a strong person. And that's what I also learned throughout this journey. It's not about the hair color. It's about your state of mind. Who are you to tell me that I look bad? If I look in the mirror every single day and I like what I see, who cares about what anybody else thinks? Because this is about me. I am not going to dye my hair, to put chemicals on my hair, just to please somebody else's point of view. I mean, I am not going to do something against my will just to make somebody happy. And this is what I learned. This is the most important thing I learned throughout this journey. I am happy. I think I look good. And I think that's the most important thing. I may not look like everybody else out there, but I am happy with the way I look. And I think that is the most important thing. So this is the message that I wanted to share with you today. There is no music in the background because I don't need any distraction. I wanted you to listen to me and not be distracted. My message is, do you, be yourself. Do the things that you think are right for you, because it doesn't matter what other people think. So don't try to please anybody else, because you will never manage to please everybody else. So as long as you're happy, then everybody should be happy. And if they're not, they are the ones with the problem, not you. Apparently, in all this journey, my former hairdresser is the unhappy one, because my attitude bothers him. So I don't have a problem. He has a problem. And anybody else who bothers with my hair has a problem. So be you, do you, and you will be happy, because I am. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a fabulous day. Bye.